Apple is the most famous mobile phone brand in the world, and for good reason. Their phones are known for their sleek design, innovative features, and powerful performance. But in recent years, Apple's designs have started to look a bit stale. They've been using the same basic design for the past few generations, with only minor changes. So, I decided to take a crack at designing my own iPhone 16 concept. I wanted to create a phone that would be both familiar and innovative, something that would appeal to Apple fans while also pushing the boundaries of what's possible in a smartphone. When designing my iPhone 16 concept, I kept a few key things in mind. First, I wanted to stay true to Apple's design principles. I wanted to create a phone that was simple, elegant, and functional. Second, I wanted to incorporate some new and innovative features. I wanted to create a phone that was truly ahead of its time. One of the biggest challenges I faced was figuring out where to put an additional camera on the back of the phone. Apple's current design is already quite cluttered, and I didn't want to make it any worse. In the end, I decided to put the camera in a unique triangle formation. This design is both visually appealing and efficient, and it allows Apple to add an additional camera without sacrificing any functionality. Another new feature I incorporated into my design is an in-display front camera. This technology has been around for a few years now, but it's not yet widely used in commercial smartphones. I started by gathering reference images of the iPhone 15. I used these images to create a base mesh in Blender. Once I had the base mesh, I started adding details and sculpting the phone into its final shape. One of the challenges I faced was modeling the camera bump. I wanted to make sure that it was realistic and detailed, but I also didn't want it to be too intrusive. I ended up using a combination of sculpting and Boolean operations to create the final camera bump. I also modeled the in-display front camera. This was a bit more challenging as I had to create a hole in the display without compromising the integrity of the mesh. I ended up using a combination of Boolean operations and extrusion to create the final in-display front camera. Once I was happy with the overall shape of the phone, I started adding materials and textures. I wanted to create a realistic and glossy look, so I used a PBR material with a high reflection value. I also added a subtle texture to the back of the phone to give it a bit more visual interest. Once the phone was modeled and textured, I started animating it. I wanted to create a product reveal video that would showcase the phone from all angles. I also wanted to highlight some of the key features such as the quad camera system and the in-display front camera. I started by animating the phone rotating on a turntable. I then added some close-up shots of the camera and the front camera. I also animated the phone opening and closing to reveal the display. Finally, I added some lighting and rendering effects to the video. I wanted to create a clean and professional look, so I used a simple 3-point lighting setup. I also used a high-quality render engine to create the final video. I spent a total of about 10 hours modeling and animating the iPhone 16 concept video. I'm really happy with the final results, and I think it's a great way to showcase the phone's design and features. I'm really happy with the way my iPhone 16 Pro concept turned out. I think it's a phone that would be both familiar and innovative to Apple fans. It has a sleek, elegant design, and it incorporates some of the latest and greatest smartphone technology. I know that Apple's next iPhone might not look anything like this one, but I hope my concept gives viewers a glimpse of what's possible in the future. If you liked my iPhone 16 concept, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the design. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.